Nelson Mandela's life is a remarkable story of resilience, sacrifice, and leadership. His journey from a rural village in South Africa to become the country's first black president is one of the most inspiring tales in history. Early life and childhood, 1918 to 1934. Nelson Mandela was born on July 18, 1918 in Mezvu, a small village in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. His father, Gadla, was a chief of the Tambu people, and his mother, Nosikini Fanny, was his third wife. Mandela was given the name Rohila, which means troublemaker in the Xhosa language. When he was young, his father lost his title and wealth due to a dispute with colonial authorities. The family to move to Kunu, where Mandela spent his early years herding cattle and listening to elders. Stories of African resistance against colonial rule. His father died when Mandela was around 9 years old, and he was then sent to live with Chief Jogin Thaba, the acting regent of the Tambu people. Education and awakening 1934 to 1941 under Chief Jogin Basa guardianship. Mandela received a privileged education. He attended Clerkenwell boarding institute, where he was first exposed to European style education. Later he joined Town, a respected Western college, where he developed a strong interest in African history and justice. In 1939, Mandela enrolled at the University of Fort Hare, the only university for black South Africans at the time. However, he was expelled in 1940 for participating in students' protest. To avoid an arranged marriage, he fled to Johannesburg, where he worked in various jobs, including as a security guard and a law clerk. While completing his law degree at the University of Witwatersrand, political activism and imprisonment, 1941 to 1990. In Johannesburg, Mandela joined the African National Congress in 1943 and co-founded the ANC Youth League in 1944, aiming to fight against racial oppression. In 1948, the apartheid system was officially implemented, enforcing racial segregation and discrimination. Mandela and his comrades organized non-violent protest, but after the Sharpeville massacre in 1940, where police killed 69 unarmed protesters, he turned to armed resistance, co-founded Encontro we Suis Super of the Nation in 1961. In 1962, he was arrested for leaving the country illegally and inciting protests. Later in 1964, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. During the Rivonia trial for sabotage against the apartheid government, he spent 27 years in prison, mostly on Robben Islands, enduring harsh conditions that never losing hope. Freedom and Presidency, 1940 to 99, 1990-99. Pressure, economic sanctions, and internal resistance. The South Africa government released Mandela on February 1990. He immediately led negotiations to end apartheid and bring democracy to South Africa. In 1993, Mandela and then President F.W. de Klerk were jointly awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for their efforts to peacefully end apartheid. In 1994, South Africa held its first democratic election, and on May 10, 1994, Nelson Mandela became the first black president of South Africa, marking a new era of racial reconciliation and unity. legacy and death. Mandela served as a president until 1999, working to heal a deeply divided nation. He focused on peace, reconciliation, and rebuilding South Africa. Even after retiring, he continued to advocate for human rights and global peace. He passed away on December 5, 2013 at the age of 95, leaving behind a legacy of courage, forgiveness, and leadership. Conclusion, my dear, regarding Nelson Mandela's life teaches us the power of perseverance, sacrifice, and unity. He proved that one man's courage can change the course of history. His story continues to inspire leaders and freedom fighters around the world. Take care. Khuda Hafiz.